Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, my good friend Sarah Massiah is back with us. I think last time was last November she was here, and so Sarah's back with us. We're going to be talking about so many things, but what is your own personal catalyst? Do you even know, and what does that even mean? And we're going to talk about shifting from dark places to bright places. And we're going to talk about the energies of the moment, what's going on, because it's heavy, it's intense. And so we're going to talk about, are you reacting to something that takes you to a dark place? I did that yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to learn how we all hold an issue that is deemed a catalyst, a vibration, a major trigger that is ignited when faced with certain situations that send our worlds into a spin. Oh dear.
Yep.
And so we're going to talk about certain situations, and are there any in your life that no matter what you do, you still are finding yourself always reacting badly? I was able to perceive that yesterday, and my go-to, reaction was, that's it, I'm out of here, I'm gone, blah, blah, blah. So
yeah,
of course I'm not, but that's the reaction. So we're going to talk about all of that and more. Plus we're going to do a short live meditation to assist you with releasing anxieties. We're going to take some live caller questions and who knows what else, but I'm so glad that Sarah's back with us. Like I said, Sarah's been with us many times now, and she is a founding member of the Elohim High Council of Light, working closely with Melchizedek, Ascended Masters, and Angels. And the Elohim High Council of Light was founded by Creator at the time of creation, for those of you who don't know what that is, when all sentient beings were given free will, when Creator's children were born into existence, and the council is overseen by Melchizedek. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. We're going to talk about a channeling as well. We're going to talk about, right, from your book, Sarah, and who knows what else. So if you do have a question that you would like to ask Sarah and get some assistance with, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. So, it's always better. I think it's always better to raise your hand, because that way you can have a communication with Sarah. That, it's always, I think, better. But, you do you, what works for you. Sometimes I know you can't always get on, on your microphone or on your video, etc. So that's okay. So Sarah, welcome back to the show. So glad you're here. And thank you so much for your love and support.
Oh, bless you, Laura. Yes, difficult times for many of us, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk a little bit about that first. Let's just quickly talk about the energies right now, because like, we were saying how they're so intense. What does that mean, and what does that look like, and how can we, find more ease in this intensity?
It is, it's all of us trying to navigate this, you see, because lots of timelines at the moment are collapsing and everything's being restructured. So at the moment, everything may appear the same. We're walking around here doing the same chores that we've always done, but higher up in the echelons, the higher energies, lots of planets are being rearranged and old timelines are collapsing as Creator changes it. So we're really shifting from what we would say is a dark place to bright spaces. And, the golden age is it's just going to get brighter from here on in. Although at the moment, and I know a lot of us are feeling that it's a never-ending journey, this journey of ascension, and back to knowing, which is what this ascension is, knowing who we truly are, and that we are multi-dimensional beings of light that never end, really. But it can feel very heavy here at this present time, as we're navigating these collapsing of old timelines and the restructuring of new bright futures, places, and spaces where we're all incarnating, if that makes sense. So it is, a very heavy, can feel very heavy, as all the old is being exposed and collapsing these old timelines.
So
because
go ahead.
I was just going to say, only the other day I worked on I don't know if all the listeners know, but I work on myself every day, and I'm sure we all do to some extent in whichever way we're working on ourselves, but using the keys. And I was told the other day, we've gone to the brink of darkness, and literally we're now shifting into the new age. So yeah, it's really talking about events, situations that are taking us to the brink, so we can really examine what's going on for us. So you know, I wanted to talk about that today, to say to people, hold on, we are getting there, and it's just remembering that all isn't as it seems down here in this, you know, heavy energies.
And there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. I got that today in the bath as I do my own healing. Yeah, definitely. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It can just feel very dense and like we're not getting anywhere, a bit like walking through a muddy field, if you like. But it's all happening, and it's just that it all appears the same, but it really, really, truly isn't.
Yeah. Good. Well, it's good that you know, even though it's looks like it's the same, things are changing and things are getting lighter and brighter, but we still have to continue to do our work. We still have to continue to be present. We still have to continue to raise our vibration. That's not going to stop.
That's not going to stop, no. And sometimes it can feel never ending. And just to share, you know, yesterday I said to upstairs, I've had enough of this. I was like, I've had enough. I can't see, you know, I couldn't seem to finish my synopsis for the new book. The whole book's written, and you know, there was pressures, because we all have different roles we play. You know, I'm playing a role as caregiver to my mum, as you know, working with energy to help others release issues, while still doing that for myself and juggling all the normal things we have to juggle, like family life, teenage son, etc., etc. So it's, you know, we have different roles we're in at lots of different times, so it can be very a path to juggle. You can never, it doesn't always feel like it's flowing as, you know, it should.
But even though we have these different roles, remember that these are roles that we are playing. Really, at our true essence, at our core, we are our individual being of light, that we are here to do something, whatever it is, whatever we're experiencing, we are here to be, right? So yes, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, you know, I'm a friend, I'm a teacher, I'm a facilitator, I'm a client, I'm a daughter, I'm all of that, but I'm also me. And so for me, the focus has to be on me first, unless there's an emergency happening. Everybody knows that, right? Yeah. So the focus is always on you, and what are you doing to, you know, it's not always just about clearing all the time, but live, have joy, have wonderful experiences, do what makes you feel good. And at the same time, continue to raise your vibration, continue to tap into who you are, continue to be aware of, you know, where am I going? What am I doing? Is this really what I want? Sorry, go ahead. I get carried away when I start talking about that.
Oh, no, that's good. But actually, you know, we do all have to remember that there are little things we can do to help ourselves. It doesn't always have to be about the massive clearings. You know, today they reminded me upstairs to write a journal of gratitude and thanks. Because this morning I was clearing, what did I clear? I was clearing not feeling appreciated always by, you know, pressures of the son and family life, etc. And sometimes you're taken for granted. And they reminded me, you've stopped writing your appreciation and gratitude journal, which I always did write. And it's little things like as I walked, I used to give thanks to Creator for everything. And it's little steps we can all take to make our situations better.
Yeah.
For instance, we'd like to downsize, but to do that, I have to like give absolutely appreciation for where we are at this moment in time, and it's forgetting that and getting caught up sometimes in the situation rather than looking at it from a different angle. And this morning they reminded me to look at it from a different angle, because it's easy to go then, you know. So I thought that was great that they reminded me of that.
Well, that's the thing, like if you want to change anything in your life, you have to first come to a place of appreciation for what you already have, right? And then, and
Absolutely.
only then can you change it. Otherwise, if you're changing it out of fear or like pressure or some sort of need, it's not going to work. And you have to get to that place of, yeah, this is how things are right now, and I'm so grateful and I appreciate it, and I would like to change this, kind of thing.
Absolutely. And with the key work, or most energy work, we're looking back at old experiences that keep us trapped in a certain mindset, and sometimes we do need to look at it in a deeper way. But we have all got tools that we can help ourselves with, and it's about what do we want to manifest. And it's easy to go off in this will never happen to me kind of mindset, which we've all been triggered with those thoughts and feelings at times, and I know most people can probably comprehend that we've all been in that terrible state at times. But it's bringing yourself back when you feel that you're going into it to that place of love, appreciation, and remember that creator will help us as we're helping ourselves and giving thanks for what we have. It might be a tiny small thing we have, but we're never going to make it bigger if we go into the fear and panic
Absolutely.
kind of energy.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so right now at this time, in the intense energies that we are experiencing, it is important to try and stay balanced and grounded, and at the same time grateful for what is, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's, as I say, it's not always as simple as that, because I know, even I'm doing this healing every day, and I've been doing it every day for myself and also for the collective for nearly 2 years now. But I still have moments where and I'm sure we can all say, go have like little meltdowns, if you like, and say, and I agree. Maybe it was yesterday that we all had little meltdowns.
I think
that's
so.
the day I thought, I've had enough of this. And it could be the energies of yesterday. But yeah, we pick ourselves up, and it's important we recognize that we may be spiritual beings, but we're also human beings having a human experience. And that is, we mustn't beat ourselves up if we do have those days where it all feels too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And be patient with yourself, right? Have compassion for yourself, and breathe and move on.
Absolutely, yeah, because tomorrow's a new day. And they told me in the last hit, every day is going to be becoming more glorious than the last. And think of this new age time as like every sunset's a little bit more glorious than the day before. Although we may not be able to see it, this is happening as the old timelines and grids collapse, etc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, a lot of times we just have to stay out of our head, right? And, come back to our heart space, come back to being present, come back to breathing and saying, all right, in the grand scheme of things, how really important is this, kind of thing. But I know it's not always possible. Like I said, I had a meltdown yesterday. I totally lost it. I'm justified. I was justified, to be honest, but still, I really went overboard. But so it's a pattern, and I saw the pattern happening in that moment. Right, it's like, oh, this is a pattern. I see this. This has happened before. Okay, I'm just gonna breathe. I'm gonna breathe, and I'm gonna say, all right, it's okay, calm down, right? But I was able to see the pattern that keep recurring.
But that's wonderful to be able to notice your triggers and patterns, I think. And when I have a trigger, I think, brilliant, that's a gift. I've just been gifted something that I can work on to become a brighter energy, and transmute that old energy and really analyze it. Because we do have to dig deep within, and we've been everything. We've been the good, the bad, the ugly, and the brilliant, and the beautiful, and we've been everything. And it's accepting the bit that isn't so great that we all have to acknowledge and work on when we get our rate and think, it's coming back to that calm place where you can really look at things with greater perspective. So
Absolutely. So I just wanted to ask, like so people have their hands raised, right? So what kind of questions should they be asking for on this call today? Is it about finding out what their triggers are, or is it something else?
Well, they can ask what's holding them back, or I can tune in for them. Melchizedek's standing here, so we can have a tune in and see where they're stuck with something. Yeah, so it's really just answering questions. It's not really predicting future events, but we can look at where the energy may be stuck that's stopping them moving forward in ways that they might want to. So awesome. That's the sort of call. Yeah.
Okay.
Or anything, about health or where they're stuck.
Awesome. Good. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So so what else do you want to talk about before we get into questions for everybody?
Well, I'd like to talk about a couple of things, really. One is, as I've been writing my second book, which is complete, but as I say, just the synopsis to go and looking for a book deal. It's about catalyst, and I didn't think about us all having our own personal catalyst, which is like a vibration. So it's an energy, really, that no matter what, you still have, you're triggered, and things feel like they're spinning out of control. And we all have one that we took on from the beginning of our soul. And at the time of ascension now, we can give that trigger back. And for instance, it may be not feeling supported. So that may be a major catalyst for someone, that no matter how much healing or work you're doing on yourself, you just can't transmute that. So everyone holds the energy of a catalyst. It may be, I don't know, it might be lack, like feeling like you're in, nothing's going to change, you're in total lack. So it's one major vibration, if you like. It's like a vibrational set point that you agree to hold for Creator. And why do we do this? It's so we know at the beginning of our soul that we are never-ending beings of light. So holding those energies in the time of no time, at this time we can give them back, but we hold them to aid that duality, because if there was no lower vibrational energies, if you like, everything would collapse and none of us would even be here, because Creator would just be vibrating on love. And we'd have nothing to learn, Creator would have nothing to learn, and it would just be, the angels, Creator, and we'd never grow as souls. So so I didn't know about catalyst, but as I've written the book, so we hold that. And also just to talk about the energy of holding our own personal nemesis as well. So there's two energies that we hold from the beginning of our soul, both like a vibrational tug. And the nemesis is something that you react to again and again. So one's a trigger and one's a reaction. So something really deeply triggers you, and the other, you really react. You cannot get rid of that reaction, no matter how hard you try. And, for me, mine, I'm going to share, was being in an energy that felt like everything was a fiasco. No, if there was fiasco going on around me, and it's not a word I'd ever use, obviously, it's not a word I'd think about, but there's so many words that you don't think about that really do have a meaning, a greater meaning than we ever give enough credit to. But mine was fiasco. And if I felt like things were like falling apart and it wasn't quite working, that would be it. That's me, my major reaction. I'd be off with panic and and stress. So I've given that one back.
I just want everyone to just tune into your life and see for yourself, what do you think your catalyst is? What is the trigger? What are you reacting to? Right? So for me, for me as well, it's about not being in control, or there's something going on that I have no idea how to fix or do anything with. Like yesterday with all technical stuff, and it's like, I have no idea how to do this. I don't know anybody I can call to help me do this. I'm like out of my depth, kind of thing, right? And so that was the big thing. And the second thing was, and I heard myself saying this, it's like, oh God, I say this all the time. Nobody listens to me. Nobody's listening to me. Robert's not listening to me. Why aren't you listening to me? Why doesn't anybody listen to me? So I know I've said that quite a bit, right, in my life. So those two things are like, yeah, it was huge yesterday.
Yeah. Well, technology is difficult at the best of times for us that aren't that technical.
I know, right? And it's like coding, and it's like, I don't know coding. I don't even know what this code means. Like, I don't know what this is, kind of thing. So it's like, so I can see that for myself, just looking at my not just yesterday, but my whole life. I can go back and say, yeah, all those times when I was really triggered, it was when I had no idea, none. Like, I could not, understand. I think it was about not understanding how something works, the world, whatever, just not understanding it at all. And, people not listening to me, even though I'm right. And I like, my awareness is telling me something, which it ends up being right, but no one's listening to me, so.
So that's like a major trigger then.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's your catalyst. There you go.
Right, exactly. So, so we can all, tune into our lives and figure that out. So I don't want people asking in the chat or anywhere, what is my catalyst? That's not the question I want you to ask. I want you to ask, okay, this is what I think my catalyst is. How can I move forward now with it? Right, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's not to get caught up on it. It's just to realize we all hold one, and look at how you can yourself overcome it, and really look at how you're reacting to things. Yeah. And then we can all put strategies in without having to do major healing. To, if this situation comes up, we check ourselves and we think, we won't go down that route. We've done that so many times and it doesn't work, and it makes us feel rubbish. So we're not going to do that anymore.
Exactly. I'm going to pause. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to calm down. And it's like, all right, what else is possible? What else can I do here? Universe, God, spirit, help. I didn't ask for help, did I? No, I just reacted, right? So it's like, ask for help. And, and also look at, okay, why is this theme coming up over and over again? Because I'm not trusting. Right. So for me, the answer was trust. And I got that earlier in the day about trusting. But then when I realized that was the answer, was trust. It'll be okay. And, this is an opportunity for new beginnings or a new way of doing things. But in the moment.
In that moment, it's easy to say, isn't it?
In the moment, I lost it. But before that and after that, I could see the answers. But in the moment, I lost it. So we do know, absolutely. We do have the answers, we do have the awarenesses, right?
We do, absolutely. Yeah. And it's about tuning into them as well, isn't it? It's about tuning into the triggers and the things that are causing us that stress, really tuning in and analysing it for ourselves and putting strategies in and using the tools that we actually all have to aid ourselves.
And, like when I was thinking about like the, no one listens to me, it's like, okay, so how long has that been going on in my life? And it's like all my life, when I was starting from when I was little, nobody listened to me. As I grew up, nobody listened to me. Nobody would let me do what I wanted, like I didn't have choice at that. I didn't. Okay. So I don't care what anybody says. I did not. Right. So, so then as I moved on, and when I turned 40, it's like, that's it. I'm done. I'm now going to do whatever I want. I'm going to choose for me whatever I want. Right. So this is, it's not just a, right now kind of thing. It's an all my life pattern, that I have felt like I'm not being heard. I'm not being seen. No one's listening to me. Right. So
absolutely.
When intense situations happen, then that energy comes up. Right. Even though, it's not really the case on a regular everyday basis, it's fine. Like I'm fine. I know I'm being heard though, and Robert does listen to me, and other people, they do listen to me. But when the extreme situation, that trigger comes up.
Absolutely. And it's about managing that trigger, isn't it? And using different techniques to manage that energy.
Yeah, and asking, is that really true now? Because that was an old pattern when I was a child. Is that really true now? No. So it's like, so it's like reminding ourselves that, that was the case then. It may not be the case now, right? So Self-talk is also important.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, I was just going to say one quick little thing. But these things, these triggers and these awarenesses that we have, you know, for some of us, it's not going to be just from this lifetime. It might be a past life energy that's coming forward, right? So it's like looking at that and clearing that, and that's the kind of work that you would do with the keys, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the keys are they hold all the codes of kind of creation, and they're held within the Akashic realms. They come through Melchizedek, basically, so you know he's got complete control over it, because they could be misused, and they had been in past stories where I had to clear for myself as I brought these keys in. And yeah, so the keys really work very quickly, and we work with Creator within the Akashics, and it goes straight back to source, and we really pinpoint the original story for whatever we're working on at the time. And it's, you know, we all have, I like to describe it as bags of onions. So around us, we have bags of onions with old experiences that weren't so great. And if you think we could be billions of years old, billions, then we will have had lots of stories, but we go right back to the original story, the original point where this energy was, and then we can remove the stories after. And it's not about, they all kept, because every story is sacred in the records, obviously, but it's just that we get rid of the old reactions, like we've been talking about, to that. So if someone like my son, for instance, takes me for granted and says something, and it just expects you to do that, instead of reacting, you're able to actually come back with from a place of love, heart love, and make them, well, not make them, but have the right words, I should say, so that you can calm the situation down and bring clarity, and really show the other soul, you know, we need to come at this from a different angle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes we even have to ask ourselves the question of, because something you just said about your son taking you for granted. I mean, you know, let's face it, all kids do, so it is normal.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you know, I would ask, where are you taking yourself for granted?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to look at that also. And well, that's why this morning in the bath for 2.5 hours, I was healing a planet where everyone was taking each other for granted. I was looking at that. Obviously, I was on the planet, and then so it's multi-dimensional. So changing the energy of that whole place and bringing back love. And yeah, so that was completely correct. You know, we have to look at why we react to it and why it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So much fun with kids.
Yeah. Oh, it is. They help you though. They help you grow. And every experience, I believe, helps us grow. Even when we're stuck in it and it feels like there's no way out, there's always a way out. And, you know, from the work I've been doing, I see that clearly now.
But, you know, teenagers, you know, having teenagers is tough, regardless.
It is.
But they do get better. Yeah. When they get out of the teenagers, that it's great.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's hard to believe my daughter is going to be 23 and my son is going to be 27. And I was like, how did that happen?
I know. I was saying to my friend today, I can't believe it. My son's, you know, 17, nearly 18. And I think when you have them, you look back and you think, oh, that'll be years away when I'm 50. And then suddenly I'm 50 and I'm thinking, my goodness, how did I get here?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I remember those teenage years with my son. I mean, I swear that's when my hair really went gray, and that's when I pulled a lot of my hair out. It was not fun. It was not fun. But, you know, 17, 18, 19. But then after that, he, you know, came back to being normal and whatever, you know, it's that kind of thing. But they were crazy years, you know, so patience. I'm just giving you advice. Patience, it'll be okay. Just, you know.
Yeah, it will be okay. It will be okay. And he's a good, you know, he's good and loving soul. So I know it'll all, you know.
And all kids have their moments when they take us for granted, but you know, deep down, you know, they love us more than anything.
Absolutely. So. And you know, as you said, we've all done it, because I know that in my teenage years I definitely took my mum for granted, and I was a bit of a handful. So we've all been everything.
Coming back to you. Oh my God, all 5 of mine were teens at the same time. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's all I can say too.
No, thank you. All right, so do we want to take some questions? Are you ready to take some questions? Yeah. All right.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. So Linda, go ahead. Linda, you want to unmute yourself? I'm assuming you had your hand raised for that, right?
Yes, always. You know me.
Yeah.
I had 2 teenagers at the same time, and that was really rough. And I had 2 of them that decided they were going to stay out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have any support. Stayed out, and I listened for every cop car that went by, and I was scared out of my mind. Thank goodness they're all really responsible adults. But oh my gosh, I didn't know if I lived through that time or not. So
yeah, bless you.
Yeah, really, God bless me. Not in trouble. So I was really grateful. No, my trigger is, I believe, no one listens to me, just like Alara said, but I have a problem because I have people on this side who are spiritual, and then there's people on here who are very biblical, and try to balance the 2. And so I have to be so careful what I say. I really can't, you know, offer everything that I'd like to.
Absolutely. That is very difficult to be caught in that situation. Of course, it is really one creator we're all working with. It's just different perspectives, and it's been, you know, we've all got our own perspective. I think it's about acknowledging their perspective and honoring it, and honoring our own, and you know, giving our own point of view. So it's about, really, we've all got to learn to honor each other and work together, because what really Ascension is, it's about coming together from the heart as one, honoring each religion, knowing that they're all one creator. That's the way I see it. And you know, and it's about you see, it's difficult when souls aren't awake to know that they've had many past experiences as never-ending beings of light. That's quite kind of difficult. So that, you know, to be talking with those souls. But it's about coming from your heart space when you approach anything or go into any discussions with them. And I guess it's about not getting triggered if there's something that doesn't you know, you don't associate with the beliefs that they've got. It's about honoring their beliefs, as they should, and hopefully do honor yours.
Not always.
Yeah. No. Well, yes. Yeah. But that says more about others than you, because you know, I honor everyone's belief, and we have to, because that's the way it should be. If you're working from love and from the heart, we need to honor each other. So it's really about not rising to the triggers, I guess, and finding ways to just think, that's their belief, I honor it, but I don't agree with it, and I can be quiet, because sometimes it's easy, it's more it's better for us to remain quiet than to start something that then flares up, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about looking at the triggers for you, and what really probably annoys you, I'm being told, really gets you annoyed, and looking at that and where that's coming from. And it may be because, you know, in the past we've been forced to hold beliefs that aren't really ours. I was brought up in a very Christian family and faith, and I still, you know, work with Joshua and Mary, but I didn't really believe that one God here, for instance, couldn't be the same God as someone was worshipping over there. And I always had that belief that there's one creator for all of us, and that we all should respect every religion and but also live, you know, from our heart.
Right.
in love.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Oh, bless
See ya.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. All right, Jane, you want to unmute yourself? I am going to take some questions from the chat as well, so not to worry, people.
Hi, thank you so much for calling on me, and I really appreciate the opportunity. And thank you, Sarah, for this as well.
Yeah, me to talk to you.
Just wondering what, going forward, are there any blocks, if they have anything to say of why we're blocked, or myself and my family?
Right.
Is there something specific, Jane? That's a bit too general. We all have blocks.
Just in moving forward with a new residence, a new job, all of that.
Okay, so I'm being told it's to do with fear. I don't know if it may not be yours, but it's about fear that it won't all work out. Does that sound like a mindset that you fall back into? The fear that it's all going to collapse around you and it won't work out. So you're already preempting that it's not going to work out. Does that make sense?
Maybe for my husband, is that possible?
Yes. So the thing to do would be to maybe, we can use tools, we can use vision boards, we can use things around us to try and look at what you want to create, which is, what they reminded me this morning, because I used to have a vision board and I've let that go. I've just been concentrating on the healing, but we do have to help ourselves as well. So I think it is a bit of fear that it won't work out, and see if I can count it. And it's also yes, crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, if you like. So absolutely making sure that you know what you want to create and where you want to go, making sure you've got clear plans, clear strategies of where you're going, they're telling me.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Good, thank you, Jane. And that, what Sarah was just saying is that you do have to know what you want, and you have to try and start to create some sort of a plan, because otherwise, you got to go somewhere, right? You got to move forward in some direction.
Absolutely. And as I've worked through my own issues, I realize how important it is to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, if you like, because we leave a tiny bit out and there's room for it to collapse around us. So we really have to know what we're creating and really be sure and make clear plans and really and clear strategies of where we're going.
Yeah. Angela was saying, can you please tune in for me? I've spent the last few years doing everything for everyone and start to go my own way, but end up being pulled back into other people's work. I'm going to ask the second question. What is my personal catalyst? But what can she do to move forward, do you think?
Okay, it's to look at where she feels she's being dragged into things. Being dragged into things, I'm being told, is a common theme that's going on. And being dragged off her path is quite appropriate. Like, this is what's happening, basically. Being dragged into things is the energy I'm being told. It's about being clear with what you want with others and really knowing your own mind and sticking to what you know, they're telling me at this time, sticking to what your inner knowing, which we all can wander from. We can all doubt ourselves, but it's sticking to your inner knowing. That's what I'm being guided to share.
Boundaries, Angela, boundaries.
Absolutely.
So you have to choose for you. I mean, that unless there's some emergency happening, you have choice. So if you're choosing to be pulled back into other people's work, that's what you're choosing to do. I know that sounds harsh, right? And you know I love you, so you know I'm not coming from a harsh place, but you have to choose for you. I like who is more important, you or other people? Make yourself a priority. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and that having that knowledge that you're doing good. You've got some great gift. You know what they're showing and telling me and reminding me to say is if everyone just imagines themselves holding a big bit of a jigsaw puzzle, and other people's work, you know, everyone has a big bit of a jigsaw puzzle. It doesn't matter what the puzzle is or what role we're playing, or if we're, you know, a Reiki master and that's our gift to bring to others or whatever. But if you know, you've got to hold your bit of the puzzle strongly and firmly and know that your puzzle slots in to the bigger picture, and your gift also slots into this bigger picture. So it's making sure your gifts come to the fore and that you stand strong and firm, knowing, you know, it's a deep knowing that you're on the right track. And often we know that and we're pulled off of it. So it's coming back to that deep inner knowing and knowledge that this is the right track for me. I've just got to keep going and not get distracted.
Yeah, and so we do face a lot of distractions, right, on a regular basis. And so part of the work of for all of us light workers is to stay on our own path. Be true to yourself. Absolutely. Right? Be committed to you and your path, whatever that is. We're always going to get pulled in different directions. You know, so
we are.
Yeah, that's normal, right? So unless there's no, you know, emergency, life or death emergency like there was with Robert, unless there's nothing like that, then focus on you, focus on your path, do what's right for you. So, you know, I had to put my life on hold for, you know, all these months, a little bit, so, you know, because of whatever's going on. But now it's like, okay, now I can start to focus back on me and my path, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, unless there's some emergency thing happening, but otherwise, you know, the distraction is going to come up, and it's your job to say no to that distraction. I know it sounds simple,
but it's also, it does, but it's also the intuitive knowing that you've got a job to do. You hold a bit of a puzzle, and it's staying firm with that puzzle piece sitting right in front of you, you know, and not getting pulled off the path you're meant to be walking down. And we've all felt, I'm sure at times, that we're being pulled in a different direction. Oh, you know, I've had times when I've been bringing this energy work forward where I think, oh, it's easier to go back to nursing. It's what I know. You know, I loved nursing, but it may be easier in some ways to go back, but it's not what my puzzle piece says now. It was my puzzle piece then, but I absolutely know I'm holding my puzzle piece and I'm carrying on. So, you know, and Creator and Upstairs absolutely wants you to hold your puzzle piece, especially at this time, and walk forward so that you can slot into that bigger picture and you know.
Yeah. So trust your heart, trust your knowing, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Definitely. Thank you. Diane, you want to unmute yourself?
Oh, hi. Thank you, Laura. Sarah, it's a question about the Elohim Council. I was told I was part of it once. What does that mean? No.
Well, the Elohim High Council of Light, I mean, it's like helping with the energy of kind of creation. So I know it sounds very bizarre, but it's about, you know, designing, maybe helping with the design of planets, or it may be bringing in harmony. We all have like specific gifts, and it's just like our piece of the puzzle. It's a role we play. It's nothing more. We're all the same. We're all one. We're all Creator's child. It's just that some of us may have been playing this role for a long time. So it's really working under the order of Melchizedek, which I affiliate with and work with Melchizedek as an ancient, working with ancient energies, with the energy of Creator to build and create things. So for instance, I work with the Elohim High Council, but I'm in work within the Akashic Records. And as this has progressed, I'm now working multidimensionally with planets. So helping to take back things that aren't working and bring back new energies. So we'd all have our own role to play within this council. It's just it's a council of light, but we work directly with Creator, really in love with the energy of Creator, and that's why, you know, the keys have come back at this time to aid with the ascension process and to aid us as souls to transmute old past, which everything's energy, everything in the universe is energy. So it's to transmute old energies that aren't serving us as we go back. As I said, we've gone to the brink of dark places, and we're now going back towards the light, and it's going to get lighter and lighter. Although, you know, we're in eternity, so it doesn't mean it's going to overnight magically all clear up. It means, you know, we've got to work on ourselves so it gets lighter, not only for us, but as a universe and multiverse, things are changing. So to work with the Elohim High Council, it's really a role that we've agreed to. We're all one, everyone's one, everybody's just the same Creator's child. It's just that we've played different roles to aid Creator. So it's a role of aiding Creator and others, really, in ways that, you know, that will come forward, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Yeah.
So how does that feel to you, Diane, when you were told that? How did that feel to you?
Well, the person that told me, we were two people working on one another, and she said to me that I was once a member of the Halloween Council, but I think you were thrown out. And I was thinking, well, what does that mean?
I don't think so. I don't, you know, Creator doesn't throw. It's a role you've played. I mean, you may have, we've all slipped up. I mean, you would come into duality. So you hold this role, and we're multi-dimensional. I can't explain it, but we're here, there, and everywhere. We've all been everything. And we're in a kind of holographic universe. So part of us may be playing a role somewhere that isn't so great, but part of us is up there with Creator. So it's looking at the experiences. You would not have been totally thrown out of. Creator doesn't throw souls out of things. Everybody, every soul's always forgiven.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really know what the Halloween Council was until till tonight.
Yeah.
Always stuck with me what she said. But,
yeah, well, it's a council of light. It's just about bringing light, really, to dark places and spaces. It's a role. It's a job, if you like. It's a role we've played. So it's part of holding part of a jigsaw.
And so maybe that was just one job you played at one time, and then that job was finished, and then you moved on to do a different job.
Yeah, I was like you, that I was a nurse. Yeah, for 35 years, and I was almost forced out at the end on this path, this path that I'm on now, and then it's just been one thing after another, you know, new downloads, and sort of, yeah. So I'm just waiting.
Well, it's about getting your gift out there then, and using your gift. Yeah, I was like you, really. I was well, I got redundancy, and they said that we'd never, as a nurse, it's hardly heard of, but it just so happened that I was in a role, and I got the redundancy package, and I could then concentrate on this, and like you, had downloads, had keys flying in. I did other healing tech energy work before I woke up one day suddenly and thought, I've got to go and train with energy. I'd always been interested in it, but so yeah.
So I just want to share really quickly what you just said, Sarah. You said that you were made redundant, right? So basically you were thrown out of that role, right?
Yeah. Well, so I did push for it. On the other hand, I did the same thing.
Yeah, I know, I did the same thing. But I'm just comparing, like, I'm just giving Diane the comparison of, like, when you were made redundant, you left that role and you started something new.
Yep.
So when she left the role, whatever she was playing before in the Elohim High Council, then she played another role. She did something else. So it's not necessarily
Yeah.
a bad thing that you're changing roles and changing jobs, right? We're all learning and growing
Absolutely
and
not.
experiencing something new. So,
Yeah.
you know, because just the energy of you got thrown out. I don't like that. You know, that didn't ring true for me.
I don't really buy that. No, and it
No.
doesn't ring true for me either.
No.
That's thank
No.
you.
Okay, good.
No.
Thank you, Diane. I'm glad you asked, because it's like, please don't sit with that and think
Thank
that you were thrown out, you know, okay?
Yeah, creator never throws any child out. And you know, the way I work with as we all do in energy, with beings that aren't so are darker and have forgotten truly who they are, but they're all creator's child, and there's no fear when I'm working with those beings sending any astral beings back, because everyone's one. You have to remember, I'm not saying they couldn't harm you, they could, but if you know and truly know that they're just forgotten who they are, the creator takes every child back and everyone gets washed and a chance to try again. That may be hard for many to perceive, that this is possible, especially with some terrible atrocities that happen, but creator loves each child equally, and they will, every soul will be loved back into the energy of grace. It may take what we term billions of years, but everybody will ascend like we are here on earth. Every soul will eventually come back to creator inner knowing, and that's why creation will never end, because creator's love is so vast that creator will never let any child fall by the wayside. So we all get a chance to go through these experiences, to grow and learn as souls, and then come back to a true knowing that we are loved and we are love and we are one with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Diane.
So much.
All right, Sherry, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, that was beautiful. Yeah. I've had to accept that there's a person in my family that has not been upfront and honest, and it really threw me for a loop to accept this, and I'm doing my best to hold my puzzle piece. And I'm just wondering if there's any message on how I can keep my center, hold my truth, and not be blindsided, and how to come with love, because I do understand that this person also is part of, is no different than me, just playing a different role. But what's going on is not okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm being told to keep grounded. I don't know if that's something that's been troubling you since all this started, but it's about keeping grounded and keeping in your sights and in your vision that this soul is lost, I'm being told, doesn't know where they're going at all, and so is kind of floundering and flapping about, and that energy is going in all directions and affecting everyone around them. But the thing is, it's to stay grounded and centered and look at every single trigger that's coming up for you in this situation and really see it, instead of a terrible well, when we're in it, it's easy to say, but when we're in it, but it's to see it as a little bit of a gift. And often there's a bigger picture, and sometimes when souls treat us in certain ways, there's a bigger picture to it. It's for our own personal gain and experience, because sometimes before we even come, we've had contracts, if you like, with another soul to do something that isn't great, so that maybe it's so that we can do massive healing for the planet and others and ourselves, and so we can step forward in a new way where we would have reacted in the past if we really look at the triggers and what's happening. I don't know if that helps there.
It actually does, and that was kind of what I was thinking, is that it is a gift, and I have been looking at my triggers, and they've been pretty huge. And I mean, I've had to look, even to turn that back, the mirror is look at my own behaviors and what came up within me. So I do understand that, and thank you. It's good to hear the confirmation that I'm not just putting rose tinted glasses on to make it easier for myself. So that's good.
No, and it is about looking at our reactions, because I know we've all been caught in family dramas, if you like, and I know that I've had to work on overreacting and getting really angry, etc. So I do look at everything now as a gift, rather than, you know, like yesterday morning I thought, okay, yeah, I've had enough, and I really was in that mind space, but I saw it as a gift rather than I'm gonna have to go and sort. I felt I had to go and sort this out, this having enough type energy. So that's what I did. So it's really looking at it differently. It's hard when you're in it, but it is,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
get there. You can.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really do appreciate the confirmation, and thank you, Laura.
Good, thank you, Sharon. Awesome. All right, Faye, do you want to unmute yourself, Faye? I'm gonna go back to the thing in a second.
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
so thank you so much, Sarah and Alara. Really, this is, I guess I always had this other dimension to myself, and through your classes, it's kind of just like resonating with what felt like there was more to life, and here we are. So I wanted to ask you, I was told once about like cutting cords, and I also feel like I have parts of me that are bigger than like the energies or whatever else is it's almost bigger than me. I've been trying to break through things, or just like kind of come back to my authentic self, or like the states of being that I'd love to be in, whether it's love or gratitude. And obviously we all battle and we have these waves, but I just feel like there's something blocking or challenging or just difficult. I'm wondering if you can.
Yeah. Well, what I'm being told is it's about, I don't know if this makes sense to you, but it sounds odd, but it's about accepting what is. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's about accepting yourself, and that some times things are coming our way so that we go off in a different direction. Sometimes what may feel like a block is actually the universe trying to say, stop this struggle and let's reevaluate. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It sounds okay. I'm just not sure. So you're saying that when there's a block, you should just go with the block? Because I've been trying to say, like, okay, if something really doesn't work, or if it's really not lined up with your, with your flow, then like maybe let's not go that direction. The feedback system.
Yeah.
But you're saying to avoid that and to just say, this is what's here, so this is what we need to do, and kind of line up with that challenge.
Well, they're telling me you need to go into your heart and really look at what you really want, what direction you want to go. It's like a wall. I see it in front of you. It's like a wall, and it's, at the moment it feels like it's immovable, but there are ways round things. That's what they're telling me. There's ways round this wall, and it may not be the straight path that you want it to be, but there are other avenues that you can yet explore.
So you're saying try to work with the major stuff, but kind of find your loops within them.
Yes, yeah, because there's always a way through, even the darkest situations, they're saying, and even the biggest blocks or souls that it feels like are blocking, there's always ways round situations. So instead of we don't always have to go sail through the eye of the storm. We can take calmer charted waters, that's what they're telling me, by looking at different avenues to get to the same destination.
So it's about looking at it from a different perspective and asking, okay, what else is possible? What other routes are there to get there?
Yeah.
The other thing is my daughter's here and asking, she's going through a difficult time with just feeling, right now she's having a hard time digesting any food. And she has terrible stomach aches every time she eats anything, which is causing her to have weight loss. And she's right now just in a situation where she really just needs some insight. So yesterday she felt like gotten triggered by somebody who was trying to, help her to eat something. And she's like, do it now. And she's like, it's like, she knew that when she will, it will hurt. So she's been avoiding it. And obviously we're at the GI and trying to work with, it might be an autoimmune, I don't know, we're not sure. But I'm just wondering if there's any, because she feels like it's an energetic, emotional thing. Maybe this trigger, like she was so thrown off by that control or that, I'm just wondering if there's anything you can add to, or just clarity to give to that situation.
Well, it's tension, definitely. It's like, well, energetically, what I'm being shown is her kind of screwed up in a ball, wanting to kind of hide type energy, and it's just like feeling bombarded from all sides. So it's about really knowing that she is safe and loved and protected, and that she doesn't need to be so tense, and to try and find ways, for instance, using meditation and different remedies to aid her through this time, and hands-on healing and back flower and different remedies that are out there as well. Definitely carry on down the GI route, but it's about needing to hide away, I'm being told, and rejection. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it actually could make
makes
sense.
a lot of sense.
She's saying it makes a lot of sense. So the way to combat this needing to hide away would be addressing it in being able to feel safe enough to come back out, to be held. You're saying,
yeah, and to have a safe space to express herself, and be able to express herself as she truly is.
yeah. So you're saying the part about feeling rejected, it will come through with her, like she feels it's also her relationship with herself. Like there's a lot of self-directed guilt or self-directed, and she really does have a connection with herself. But right now she's feeling disconnected from her body, probably because of this she's feeling disconnected really a little from source, but it's really probably just the body and soul almost can't fuse together now.
Yeah, it's like feeling the need to hide away. That's what the overwhelming feeling I'm being shown. It's like curling up in a ball, kind of, and hiding away. And it's about that she's safe to be her, and safe to shine a light, and safe to express herself as she feels like she wants to. So
yeah, she does. And I told her one day she'll probably be like a healer herself. And so I'm sure this journey is kind of on the way to helping her find her light and, eventually help other people find their lights. But is there any physical advice so that she could digest any food that her stomach shouldn't hurt? She's asking.
Well, I was going to say this is more of a private session that you want to do with Sarah. It's not something that it can be fixed in 2 minutes, right?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Alara. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, like, yeah, I feel bad for her, but it's something that's not something that can be fixed in 2 minutes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So just on that front, I just want to let Faye know and her daughter know that, you do have like the Akashic reading, which is a healing and a reading for only $46, which I thought was like really crazy, like a 40-minute Akashic record reading for $46. Sarah, please tell me.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make it accessible to people, because I do think, it needs to be accessible to everybody. And I know it might sound very, a low price, but I really feel like lots of souls at this moment need need to connect.
Yeah.
So,
So I was just
you
saying,
know,
if money was an issue, that might be a great way to connect with you and work with you with her daughter.
yeah, absolutely. And we do healing within that session as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to take one more quick question from Joy, because this is a good one for everybody, because we all feel this. She says, I have difficulty to free myself from I am not good enough. What can I do to heal that place in me?
Well, we've all had those feelings and thoughts at times, as we've said, and it's about, it's about connecting to everything and maybe making lists of everything you are good at and that you have been successful in. Rather, we need to not concentrate basically on what we're not good at, but look at what we are good at. So it's looking at our strengths really, rather than our weaknesses, because we've all got areas that we're a little bit weaker than others. So it's really making a list of your strengths. And sometimes it's great to look at things that you are good at, and maybe even make some cards and to remind yourself every day what you're good at. And I'm good at that, and to try and build your self-esteem and self-worth and self-efficacy, and look at all the tasks you are good at within that, Joy. So it's really about that, but it's also looking obviously again at the trigger that's causing you to feel this way, and there's not always normally a trigger. And it could be, for instance, grief or something that's triggered us to feel like that, but it's an old energy that can be, we can get rid of.
All good.
Yeah, they're good.
So but like with the not good enough, like it's not just like from this lifetime. That's never just from this lifetime. It's always a past life issue, multiple lives we've experienced, we felt that we were not good enough, right? And I felt like in this lifetime, that's really being brought up a lot for all of us to really finally say, yes, I am good enough. That's no longer true.
Yeah, and we're all going to be tested at times to feel like we're not good enough, but it's about knowing, it's about an inner knowing and facing the challenges and things that are thrown at us without getting into that spin and getting things totally out of context and throwing it out of perspective, which we all do at times. We can all, respond like that. So it's about keeping it in perspective as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever I find also, like, whenever you have the energy come up or those feelings come up of I'm not good enough, always ask, is this even mine? Because now if that energy comes up for me, it's like, it's not mine. I know I'm good enough. So that's not mine. It's somebody else's. And I'm like, no, I'm not following that. Because I know it's not true. I've done enough work on myself, and I'm actually really, really talented and really gifted. I know that's not true. But it comes up from time to time.
It does, and it's about, sometimes it can throw us out of course a little bit, and it's if it tugs at our heartstrings, it may not be the actual phrase not being good enough. It might be another connotation, because there's so many iterations of one area that we work on, if that makes sense. So it could be not being good enough, feeling out of sorts. There's so many areas that we can look at that would cause one thing.
Yeah, but it is good to remind ourselves from time to time of all the different things we have done in our lives. I mean, there's so much that I've accomplished in my life that I've forgotten, right? So in those moments of, oh, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, it's like, hello, did you forget all these things that you've done? It's like, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm actually pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, it's about writing down all your strengths, and that's what they reminded me yesterday when I did. I've had enough. It's reminding yourself of all the times you've got through every adversity that you've come across, and we've all had many, and we all have gone across, moved through adversity without this healing, and with now doing the, you know, with this gift that I've been given, I can look at it, you know, in a bigger picture. But we've all gone through adversity, and we've all come out the other side. I think, you know, however bad it's been, we're all still here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And we've all been through a lot of stuff. Let's face it, we've all been through a lot of stuff, and we're still here, right? And so, you know, if nothing else, it makes us very strong and resilient.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's finding ways to help ourselves as well. You know, we can do all the healing in the world, but if we don't help ourselves, as they told me, you've got to start helping yourself a little bit as well, pushing avenues, for instance, for my book deal and stuff. I can't just sit here and think it's going to all just happen. So it's about really, pushing doors and making lists and crossing all the I's and T's, which I know is highly important when we're creating things now.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we are going to do a meditation, right? But before we do that, I want to just take a moment and talk about the packages. So we briefly, we were just talking about the Akashic record reading and healing, which is I think $46, but there's 2 other packages. So the packages are available at alara.at/show/Sarah4, SARAH4. So Sarah, do you want to just talk about packages A, B, and C?
Yeah. Package A is an hour and a half based the key session. So we work with Melchizedek, the angels, and we go and work directly with source energy. So we'll be looking at I've put it on the offer to look at everyone's catalyst and give that back during that session. So that's the first session. So it is an hour and a half, an hour to an hour and a half. So you need to leave that amount of time. And the second session is 2 hours. Sometimes we do go over that. The thing with the key session is I can't just stop it and say, hold on, we're just gonna hold it there, because it's not as simple as that. So it can go over a little bit, but it's deep healing for 2.5 hours plus, maybe 3, depending. And we're really transmuting a real old energies. And we also give back contracts we may have held with Creator, and some weights we may have held that we've held to aid the energy of creation, and we can give back now at this time. So they're quite deep sessions. But
And then package C is the 40-minute Akashic soul purpose reading.
That's with a little healing there
exactly.
as well. So,
and that's $46. So so there's 3 packages depending on how deep you want to go in clearing, healing, reading, what's there for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, with the reading, we do a little bit of healing as well.
Well, anytime you do any work in the Akashic records, there's always a healing of some sort. You're always receiving a healing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, these packages are available. Package A, B, and C are available at alara.at/show/Sarah4, SARAH4. All right, so I know that okay, so let's do so I don't think the Facebook Live worked actually, but it's okay. So let's do the meditation, the process.
Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to do a meditation to aid everyone. Feel Creator's warm embrace. That's what they gave me. To clear feelings its feelings, we're not going deeply into stories of panic, doubts, anxiety, and things won't change for me. That's what they gave to do during this meditation, and being gifted some insight and belief to all things are possible, and a knowing that Creator stands with you during all your plights without judgment. So that's basically the meditation. So I'll if everyone just gets comfortable, I'll just begin. I do speak light languages, as you know, Alara, so I'm just going to start now. Ishalakai, Alleluia, Ishalakai, Alleluia, Elohim. So just want everyone to take a nice deep breath And imagine a beautiful gold and platinum light, hallelujah, coming down from Creator, Ishalakai. And this light just settling at the top of the head, Ishalakai Elohim, hallelujah, hallelujah. And just imagining that beautiful light now going down the body, down and down, till it reaches your feet. And imagining that light now going down to new earth, bright earth, Shalakai, gold and platinum earth. Just taking a deep breath as you imagine that light again traveling up through earth, anchoring and grounding you for this meditation. Up to your feet. Taking that beautiful light up through the body. Up to the top of the head. Hallelujah. Just going to take a deep breath as you shoot that light now up through the universe. Up and up. To a place that's right for you. Sitting in Creator's light. Just sitting there in that light and allowing Melchizedek to stand in front of you, hallelujah, Elohim, with a beautiful key of protection. And just now agreeing to step into that energy, that light with Melchizedek as we bring in the keys and the angels and guides. Just taking the keys up to Creator, Ishalakai. As you take a deep breath. And you feel Creator's love around you. So we feel some worries and doubts fading away. As we bring in the angels and guides surrounding you, Ikalalarati Shalakai, in beautiful light, Ipikatarati Shala, Itiata Ikarati Ayalalia, Ishabegola Barata Ayalalia. Feeling Creator's love. Feeling peace. I'm feeling connected to Creator with protection. Hallelujah. Just going to clear any feelings now, stresses from the day. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Shalakai away. Any thoughts that are troubling you? Any worries? As you feel, hallelujah. Creator, hallelujah. Gifting you peace and beautiful golden light, you hallelujah. And clearing worries that you can't be you. Clearing worries about what direction to go in. And feeling the worries and those thoughts drifting away. And having a knowing that Creator stands with you, hallelujah, in eternal light, ikashala darati and bliss, hallelujah. Knowing Creator's with you, that transcends time and place. And taking a deep breath. As you connect to Source. And divine light. And knowing, hallelujah, Creator is supporting your aspirations, hallelujah, hallelujah. And hears you, hallelujah. As you feel, hallelujah, filled in this moment with sunny, hallelujah, dispositions, hallelujah, hallelujah. As you feel bright, and peaceful, as if you're sitting, hallelujah, in a glorious sunny, hallelujah, hallelujah, place with Creator that's right for you. And giving up thoughts that do not serve, hallelujah, or beliefs that you cannot sit in this glory, in this light. As you sit in that light, Iki, hallelujah, that glorious warmth with Creator, with connected energies of love and light. And as you sit there now, in a calm and peaceful state, knowing Creator is with you now and for eternity, hallelujah, hallelujah. as you join in unity. The flow of love and bliss. Taking a deep breath now, Alleluia. Just feeling the warmth of Creator's warm embrace. Hallelujah, Elohim Shalakai. And knowing Creator hears your aspirations and your dreams, Iki Shalakai, Hallelujah. And you are supported in love, Ishalakai, in grace, Iki Alatarati Shalakai, and in beauty and peace, Ipiki Shasa Salavarata, Upalatikia Ishalatarati, Ikiata Ishalakarati Yoko, Hallelujah. And slowly we're going to come out, Ishkal Hallelujah Elohim, as Creator settles you in this energy of light, Ikia Shalakai. And just taking a deep breath now. As you step out of that energy of the keys back to the beautiful place that you started with Creator, Hallelujah, in that white, bright place of safety and love. And slowly and surely, we're going to come back down, Hallelujah, down through the universe. Knowing all that we just did comes with you with that beautiful energy of peace, Hallelujah, and the sunny day. Taking a deep breath as that energy sits once again at the top of the head. And just slowly we're going to ground that energy back to the here and now. Ishalakai, in love, in light, Ikir Hallelujah. As it goes to your feet. And slowly, again down through newer, brighter, gold and platinum earth. And taking that energy once again up through new earth, brighter, gold and platinum earth, up to our feet. And taking that light again through the body. Up to the top of the head. And just feeling that beautiful light settling there. As you take some deep breaths, as I just ground you back to earth, bringing all that energy with you. Hallelujah. as you feel connected to Creator and Source. Sitting in that energy of sunny disposition. Feeling Creator's warm embrace. Knowing you are an eternal being of light, loved and cherished. Knowing you have gifts, talents in unity. You are loved. When you're ready, just opening your eyes.
Wow, beautiful. Wow, thank you.
That's all right.
That was so peaceful. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
good. I think a lot of us need that, especially after, you know, the energies that, as we've been talking about. And it's nice just to remember that we are loved and, you know, cherished and special to Creator, and sitting in that energy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we need to sit in that energy more often, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
how's everybody doing? So Sherry says, thank you. I'm feeling hopeful that it will work out for the highest and best for all. Beautiful. Good. And Joy says, so
Lovely.
beautiful. Thank you very much.
Ah, you're welcome.
Right. And if you're not fully back, you know, that's okay. When you do and you have to
Absolutely.
function, then ground yourself even more, drink some water, drink something. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Diane
Lovely.
says,
Yeah.
wow, so blissful. Thanks so much.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Thank you
help
for
it,
such a
you know.
tremendous gift, Anne says.
Ah, bless you. Thanks. Yeah, and for all our the listeners' gifts, because we've all got our gifts, and it's all about sharing, isn't it? Unity and
Yeah.
being together as one, which is this beautiful platform you have, Alara, to bring everyone together, which we're all thankful for. I know.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, me too. It's such a wonderful, you know, I'm always so happy when I get on these calls, you know, because it just brings me so much joy to be of service. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
No matter what's going on in the day, if I'm feeling like I can do the call, I will do the call, right? Because it's like, yes, you know, it brings me so much joy, and I know it's so helpful for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
Angela says, thank you, very calming, beautiful meditation. Thank you. So peaceful. That was great. Much gratitude.
Lovely.
Yeah, Annie says, what a divine gift. Thank you so much for the beauty of this great connection. Oh, you're welcome. And I know we didn't get to all of the questions. Just, you know, I wanted to make sure that we had time to do the meditation as well, because that, you know, it's really important for us to feel that connection, be sometimes reconnected to source, you know, to Creator, and sit in that space, you know. So I'm so glad we got a chance to do that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So was there anything else that Melchizedek would like to share with us today?
Well, I did have one last thing. It's a bit of a discussion. So I'm just going to read a tiny bit from the book to finish. So a discussion from the book. We say the Akashic hold many chapters that require greater introspection, so you may remember your heritage as glorious beings of light. To further enlighten, you may need to step aside from preoccupations with labels, diseases, and norms. These are filled and fueled with fear. We do not say it harms you to know your ailments, but it harms you to get, sorry, I'll get the next bit. It harms you to get deeply entrenched in the diagnosis, and it harms you to be taken off course by others' thoughts and feelings. So it's really about standing in your power, knowing whatever diagnosis or whatever's going on, it's about knowing that we can get through the storms, if you like, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. And we've all had these turbulent times, but we can't see what's happening up there. But as these timelines shift, we will see it may become or appear a lot more turbulent. That's what they want to inform everyone. It may appear turbulent, but hold on, keep in the light, keep strong, and keep working from and living from your heart and unity towards each other.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Live from your heart and follow your heart.
Yeah.
Stay out of your head the best you can, because sometimes the head is not always going to give you the right answers, but your heart always will, right? If you go into your heart space,
always will.
Yeah, it'll always give you the right answer. So follow your heart, and especially if you're feeling stressful, stressed out, tense, you're in your head, so I'll come back to the body, come back to your heart space, breathe, sit down, connect with nature, do
absolutely.
all those things.
Walking's great. And give thanks.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how I'd like to give thanks and appreciate it's hard to come out of appreciation for what's happening sometimes in our life, but it's just to go back to the point of appreciating tiny things, I think is important.
And this is funny, like when I take Nia for a walk, almost every time it might be cloudy, and today it was like cloudy, then we had hail, and but there was a moment of the sun, peeking out, and it was like shining down on me. It's like, oh, thank you, and then it looked as if all of this batch of trees, it's like it was just waving to me, it was like saying hello, it's like, oh, hello, thank you, right? So it's a little thing, and then of course then the hail came, the next moment it's like, okay, let's hurry home, right? But it's like, if you can find that little bit of appreciation in your day, I was thanking the sun, I was saying hello and thank you to the trees who seemed like they were waving at me, it's like, so grateful, so it's
absolutely,
we can always find something to be grateful for. That's why I have my gratitude group, right? So there's always something to be grateful for, and
absolutely,
we have to, that is one great way to get out of your head, is be grateful, be appreciative,
absolutely,
and acknowledge the gratitude, acknowledge the gifts, acknowledge the blessings in your life, because we all have shit days, I'll tell you.
We do. We'll have days where we've had enough.
Where it's like, I'm done. But then it's like when that moment has passed, it's like, okay, thank you, and then thank you for giving me the strength or the energy to get through that moment. Thank you for giving me the grace of still being here. Thank you for giving me that presence of mind to calm down at the end. So thank you, right? So there's always something.
And also to keep in mind that we've gone to the brink, and even though the brink of the darkest times, and even though as things collapse, it may feel like we're still in the brink and the eye of the storm, I absolutely know that the worst is over and things are gonna settle over them, and it will, there's no time in spirit. So our years is nothing. Like one incarnation, they told me, is like one day at school. So we come, it's like one day at school, and then we go home again after school, and that's what they've told me one incarnation is, one experience. So it's keeping that in mind, but it's about us staying in the light and knowing that we are light and bringing that into our daily lives.
And knowing that we're light, sometimes we may not get that, but knowing that we are loved and supported always. That, I think, is something we always have to remind ourselves. We are loved and we are supported always. And if you can acknowledge that, you will start to see it. You will, but you have to acknowledge that, yes, I am loved and I'm supported, and you will start to see the support. You'll start to see the love. And the love and support is source, spirit, creator, God, goddess, universe, working through all of us, right? working through
Absolutely.
nature, working through the sun shining down for that brief moment when, you know, Neo and I were out. I received that as support. I received that as love, you know,
Yeah,
from the universe,
absolutely.
because the universe knows how much I love the sun. So like beaming down on me for those few moments when I'm out, awesome. Thank you. Right?
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So you gotta
Yeah.
take it when you can and wherever you can. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
And I was just going to say about going back to sunny dispositions whenever we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Faye, did you want to add something? You want to unmute yourself, Faye?
I just wanted to say thank you. It was just
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome. Thank you.
hi.
How's your daughter doing now?
She was listening, so thank you. That was
Good.
very
Oh,
peaceful.
good.
And Sarah, she feels more relaxed. Where are you located, Sarah?
I'm in the UK. I'm East Sussex area in the UK. So, yeah,
Okay, so we'll see if we can reach out. Thank you.
Awesome.
lovely.
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Bless
Faye. Thank you. This was
Thanks.
awesome. Joy says, me too. I talk to nature big time. Yeah, you know, why not? Nature is there to support you as well, right? Everything
Absolutely. I
is
love
there
nature.
to support you, right? Everything is there to
Yeah.
support you if you're willing to receive the support.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
So
Awesome.
get out in nature.
Yeah, I'm glad I have Neil because he gets me out in nature and I love it. It's like the best thing, you know. On the worst days, going for a walk, you know, in this beautiful where we live, it's like, you know, brings everything back to balance. You know, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I know. I've got a dog, so I do know. Yeah, I've got Bert. His name is. So yeah, it's lovely to have them, isn't it?
They're a lifesaver. They are just fantastic, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good. Everyone's feeling
Lovely.
great.
Good, good.
Good, awesome. So again, the packages for Sarah are available at alara.at/show/Sarah4, SARAH4. They are deeply discounted at this time because Sarah knows that, you know, people require help, assistance, support right now. So please do take advantage of them. And the calls are all on Zoom, right, Sarah?
Yeah, yeah. Zoom or Skype, I can do either.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever anyone prefers. Obviously on Zoom, I can record it if people want that. So
yeah, you can even record on Skype. I've done it.
Yeah, you can record on Skype now.
I know, right? I still don't like Skype, but yeah, but you can.
I like Zoom. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So please do take advantage of that and take advantage of either the Akashic record reading or the keys work, right? And the key work, package A is 60 to 90 minutes and package B is 120 to 180 minutes. She goes deep. So, you know, take that time for yourself and, you know, get some clearing done, healing done, you know, whatever you need, whatever you require is going to come up for you in that session.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for all your questions. Yeah, Ekaterina says, I highly recommend Sarah's sessions. I think Arietta also mentioned the same thing earlier. I think
bless you. Thank you.
yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing sessions for sure. Valeria, sorry, Sarah is amazing. Yeah, so please do check her out.
You. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Sarah. This was wonderful. That process, that meditation was beautiful. And all of your connection with Melchizedek and Creator is like, yeah, spot on. Yeah, so thank you. And this was such a wonderful topic. What is your catalyst, right?
Absolutely. Well, I didn't know I had one until obviously I've channeled the book and and then it figures because every time I got into certain situations, I definitely did spin out of control and so it's great.
And we all do from time to time.
Yeah, and it's about managing it, and we can all manage it. We've all got to find our own techniques as well as doing this work. We can have got tools to work on ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the
Yeah.
biggest one is love yourself, have compassion for yourself, and accept yourself as you are.
Absolutely.
No comparison to other people, no comparison to other people's journeys and your own. That was something that was coming up. Somebody was saying something, and that was what the message I was getting. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's. Each of us is unique and individual, and we're all amazing. Yeah, Sarah wrote a book.
Yeah, I'm on my second book now. It's hopefully coming out soon. It's Healing from Within, my second book. The first book's about the keys and Melchizedek, and yeah.
So it's in the bio. If you read the bio for Sarah, the title is in the bio as well. You can check it out. I think it's on Amazon now, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon, the first book. The second book's hopefully will be on Amazon by September.
Good. Yeah, fingers crossed. All right, everyone. So again, Sarah, thank you. This was great. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's lovely to be back and be on as usual.
Oh, I enjoy it so much. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you. I'm glad you're back. All right, everyone. So thank you. I am now going to definitely eat something. So until next time.
Yeah,
right. It's like 11. It's 11 o'clock for me here. So yeah, I gotta eat something now.
Oh gosh. Yeah, definitely.
It happens. It's okay. It's all good. All right. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.